Hello, what's all that? It's day 23 of Inktober, and today's word is booger. Ugh. A horrible word. Some of these Inktober words have been truly uh, rubbish, basically. Rubbish. Uh, Booger is one of them. I'm not drawing booger, and it's American. We don't have boogers in Britain. We have crows. So instead of that, I'm drawing something related. It's a much loved comedy character from the uh, comedian, DJ, call him what you will, Kenny Everett. And this character is famous rocker Sid Snot. Sid Snot, who dressed. He was. When I was a kid, you used to think he was a punk. But if you actually look at him, he's like a greaser. He's like a leather clad biker, really, from the like 50s. Really, he's a bit of a throwback because these shows that Kenny Everett made were filmed in the late 70s and 80s. So quite an odd character, really. But anyway, so Sid Snot is who I'm drawing. I'm using today my Lamy Safari pen, and I'm going straight in with the ink. No pencil or anything. I'm going for loose and expressive, really. Some of my most of my Inktober drawings have been pencil first and then inking it in. But I decided that I'd do some going straight in with the ink after reading a manga called Ping Pong by a Japanese mangaka, that means like manga artist, basically. Japanese mangaka Taiyo Matsumoto, who also did a manga called Tekken King Crete, I think it's called. That was turned into a really great animated film. And his artwork is wonderful. It's really free, wobbly lines, really detailed. His urban drawings, his depiction of like the urban landscape is absolutely amazing. Really, really good. You see a lot of good urban landscape stuff in manga, but a lot of it is traced. It's extremely detailed. I've no idea if Matsumoto's stuff was also traced. It could have been, but it looks quite different. It's all very it's one pen weight. You know, the weight of the line is the same. There's no like brushes used, and it's very loose. Whereas a lot of modern manga backgrounds, the characters are often very loose. Sorry, in manga the characters are often very loose, but the backgrounds are often very tight and spot on. So it's interesting in Matsumoto stuff. The backgrounds are kind of almost another character in the expressiveness that they possess. Really, really good. Very inspiring. But also his character work really loose. Absolutely obsessed with it. It's so good. So good. So yeah. So anyway, I thought I'd draw Kenny Everett for Booger. I used to love Kenny Everett. I remember once going to like a kids club on a Thursday night. My mum got me to go, and I hated it. There were other kids there for a start. It was just didn't like it, and one of the reasons I didn't like it was that it clashed with Kenny Everett and Top of the Pops. So in the end, I said I wasn't going because I wanted to watch Top of the Pops, which I loved, and I wanted to watch Kenny Everett, which I also loved, and very pleased that that was fine. She let me not go and watch telly instead. Kenny Everett was one of my favourite comedians at the time. He was very silly. He was very rude. Kids love. He was just great fun. Great fun. Tragically died. HIV got him in the end. But quite a pioneer in British radio. One of the first DJs on Radio 1. And I think he was it Caroline? Possibly a Radio Caroline DJ. Google it, look it up. But yeah, really good. Really good. So this is into. I'm trying to avoid using shading. I just want to use black and whites and no hatching. So big thick areas of black, thick areas of white. Thing with this particular one is that he's wearing leather. There's a lot of grades of black. There's greys in this. A lot of different tones, which kind of makes it. I'm going to have to leave some areas white and leave some areas black, and we'll make some choices on these tones. So, see how we get on. I think this brush pen might be running out, actually, so I may have to change cartridges mid drawing. Yeah. Anyway, that's me. What about you? Has anyone been doing Inktober? You feel free to, if anyone's watching, stick something in the comments. I want to see a link to your work if you've actually been doing Inktober as well. I find it kind of disappointing. There's not been great variety in styles out there. There's a lot of digital art now, and it's all looking the same. So it's been a little bit boring in that aspect. I was hoping to see some really, really, really exciting black and white art, and not really been getting it. This this leather cap here looks more like some sort of a weird chef's hat or something. It's not great. This is definitely running out the ink. Could switch to well, I've got plenty of other pens. Just switch to one of them. I'm not going to talk all the way through this. So there. Do you like to sing when you're drawing? I do. I just like to hum away to myself. I like a good hum. Going to pause this and get this replaced. Back in a second. Back. Here we are, as you can see. There's a cartridge, just stick that in. When you tighten that, it pushes the cartridge into the other end of the pen, and the ink will flow. You can see already. That's much better. Much better. While you're watching, how is this camera angle, the top down one? Would you prefer it coming in more from here so that my drawing hand isn't in the way, or is this okay? Do you like to see the artwork top down? I'm interested to know what your feelings are on that. Sometimes I worry that all you're watching is my hand. It's a bit stupid. Put that in there. I think the two comedy shows, kind of sketch shows that really stick out for me as a kid were this one, Kenny Everett, and probably the Lenny Henry show as well. Loved Lenny Henry when I was a kid. His theme tune, Lenny, Lenny, Len, Lenny, Lenny, Len, Lenny Henry Show. I used to like that. With his was it Delbert Wilkins when they had the pirate radio station. That was pretty funny. He was good. I think his comedy. Did it go off the boil? Probably went off the boil. But it was good for a while. And again, us kids loved it. Lenny was very popular. Back from Tiz was with his David Bellamy impression. On to the BBC with his own show, Three of a Kind as well. good. Obviously, he lost a lot of us when he started doing serious stuff, but you can't stay doing the same thing all the time, can you? Says me. So you're totally obscuring it there, aren't I, with my hand? This needs to be. I'm going to do that in pen. All that needs to be black. All there. Do that in pen, or else I'm going to mess that up. I can do that in a second. This needs kind of like random shadows going on in his glasses. Again, if I was hatching, then you would get the darkness. Maybe I could hatch in that one instance. Maybe hatching on the glasses is necessary, or else it's going to be difficult to work out what's going on. But I'll make that decision towards the end of this process. Okay, switch to a different pen now just to do this smaller stuff. It's good to have a variety of pens, not just nib sizes, but nib styles as well, I think. I think it helps mostly for colouring stuff in, really. But it does come in handy to have a few different weights. This may work better if it's all black. To let his white scarf stand out, or really get some more black in at least. It's better, definitely. Okay, so just the top of the band on his peaked cap. There's a famous clip on the Kenny Everett show of Sid Snot bumping into Freddie Mercury, and they're both wearing the leather gear because Freddie started wearing the peaked cap and leather stuff around like 78 or so. I think around the jazz tour. That was a big thing for me when I saw that as a Queen fan. I saw that later. I saw that in like the mid 80s, realizing that Freddie Mercury had been on the Kenny Everett show. I loved that. Little things like that when you're a kid and you're a fan that somehow mean something. Not sure why. It's just Freddie Mercury on the telly. But it was great. To see Freddie Mercury messing about as well and outside of Queen, I think, was probably one of the reasons that I enjoyed it. It's nice to see your favourite pop stars doing something different, being kind of human. So I loved that. Right, I am going to do the shading, the hatching on his glasses. I think it needs it. Does it though? Look at that. You can tell he's wearing glasses. You can tell they're a reflection, can't you? No, it doesn't need it. Does not need it. So, looking at the photo, keep looking, that's where I'm looking. I think, show you the pens I used. There we go. Put that there. That is my Inktober Day 23. The word is Booger. Booger. And that's my Sid Snot. Now you draw something snotty.